Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? Hope you are all fine. Please stay at home and continue your study. Dear students, you are the HSC candidates, so you have to concentrate on your writing part so that you can write good summary, good paragraph. So today we will discuss on summary writing and paragraph writing. And in your paragraph writing contains 30 marks. So be attentive and take a good preparation for your writing parts. First of all, I'm going to discuss how to write a summary. Today, I am repeating this lecture as you have to write summary in your first paper, and if you are given assignment as government is planning for you, you have to write summary in your assignment for your assessment for HSC examination. Whatever it is, our preparation must be good and we have to work hard for a good preparation. Let's take a look on the summary writing. Please look at the screen. How to write a summary. Read the article to be summarized and be sure you understand it. Usually, you are given seen or unseen passages to write summary. So first of all, you have to read the given article or passage carefully and make it sure that you understand it properly. Outline the article, note the major points. So while you are reading the article or the given passage, you have to underline the important major points. Number 3, use paraphrase when writing a summary. Number 4, never put any of your own ideas, opinions, or interpretations into the summary. Number 5, no direct quote and speech. You cannot quote direct passage. So that you have to your own interpretation while you are going to write a summary. So, dear students, again, you cannot quote direct speech in a summary. Number 3 তে আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি use paraphrase when writing a summary. So what is a paraphrase? You have to know. A paraphrase is a restatement of the meaning of a text or passage using other words. So you will write the ideas, the opinions of the paragraph, but you will write it in your own language. using other words, not the same words you will find in this particular article. তাহলে paraphrase is a restatement of the meaning of a text or passage using other words. একই কথাগুলো তুমি লিখবে যেটা প্যাসেজে আছে, but in other words. Language must be changed, the words, vocabularies must be changed. So, it is the continuation of the first slide, how to write a summary, number 6. Topic sentence, introductory sentence. You have to write a topic sentence at the beginning of the summary writing. Then supporting sentences, number 8, chronological events, number 9, concluding sentences. So these 9s are the components of a good summary. To write a good summary, you have to maintain these all. So I am repeating it for you. Number 1, reading the article to be summarized and be sure you understand it. Number 2, outline the article, note the major points. Number 3, use paraphrase when writing a summary. I have already explained to you what is paraphrase. Number 4, never put any of your own ideas, opinions, or interpretation into the summary. Number 5, no direct quote speech. Number 6, topic sentence, introductory sentence. Number 7, supporting sentence. Number 8, chronological events. Number 9, concluding sentences. Now come to the next point. What is the topic sentence? A topic sentence is a sentence that summarizes the main idea of a text and passage. Examples: this is the introductory sentences or topic sentences. The next text focuses mainly on. The text deals with. The text discusses about. The text is about. You can start your summary with any of these sentences. Language. Use own simple short sentences. While you are writing a summary, you must keep in your mind that you are going to use your own simple short sentences. And what you should not do, you should not use proverbs, idioms, and phrases in your summary writing. So use your own simple short sentences. Avoid proverbs, idioms, and phrases. Then come to the next point, supporting sentences. After the introductory sentences, we have to write supporting sentences. Chronological events, answering the questions of who, what, where, when, why, how. Number 2, don't go beyond main points. Number 3, don't repeat the points. It is very important for summary writing. Don't repeat the points. Don't try to elaborate the summary by repeating the points. So please keep in your mind. Then concluding sentences. Writing a sentence that wraps, covers, and closes the summary. So the last concluding sentence কাজটা কি সে কি করবে? Writing a summary that wraps, covers, and closes the summary. The concluded sentence will enclose the paragraph that will convey the message. What are you going to say about that particular article or passage? Now, here is an example for you. This is from your first unit. Nelson Mandela guided South Africa from the shackles of apartheid to a multiracial democracy. As an icon of peace and reconciliation, who came to embody the struggle for justice around the world. We are reading about Nelson Mandela. Imprisoned for nearly 3 decades for his fight against white minority rule, Mandela never lost his resolve to fight for his people's emancipation. He was determined to bring down apartheid while avoiding a civil war. His prestige and charisma helped him win the support of the world. I hate race discrimination most intensely and in all its manifestations. I have fought it all during my life. I will fight it now and will do so until the end of my days, Mandela said in his acceptance speech on becoming South Africa's first black president in 1994. The time for the healing of the wounds has come. The moment to bridge the chasm that divides us has come. We have at last achieved our political emancipation. In 1993, Mandela was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, an honor he shared with F.W. de Klerk, the white African leader who had freed him from prison 3 years earlier and negotiated the end of apartheid. Now, we'll write the summary of this passage. The passage deals with great South African leader Nelson Mandela. He was the black leader of South Africa who freed the black people from the shackles of apartheid. Mandela established multiracial democracy in South Africa. He fought against the white rule all through his life. Mandela never gave up his struggle to free his countrymen. His fight was against discrimination and deprivation. He was an icon of the suffering people of the whole world. He passed about 30 years in prison. He won Nobel Prize as he inspired the people of the world to seek peace and avoid clash. Now here is another passage for you. My brothers, I stand before you today with a heart overflowing with grief. You are fully aware of the events that are going on and understand their import. We have been trying to do our best to cope with the situation. And yet, unfortunately, the streets of Dhaka, Chittagong, Khulna, Rajshahi and Rangpur are awash with the blood of our brothers. The people of Bengal now want to be free. The people of Bengal now want to live. And the people of Bengal now want their rights. What have we done that was wrong? After the elections, the people of Bangladesh voted as one for me, for the Awami League. We were to see in the National Assembly. Draft a constitution for ourselves there and build our country. The people of this land would thereby get economic, political and cultural freedom. But it is with regret that I have to report to you today that we have passed through 23 tragic years. Bengal's history of those years. Now here is the summary. The text is a part of speech of great leader Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Here the speaker Bangabandhu narrates how West Pakistani cheated the Bengalis in the name of assembly. The people of Dhaka, Chittagong, Rajshahi and Rangpur were tortured. Bangabandhu told about the demands of the people. People of Bengal wanted their rights and freedom. It was hoped that in the National Assembly a constitution would be drafted. The people of Bengal would gain their economic, political and cultural freedom. Bangabandhu highlighted on the tragic history of 23 years. The people of Bengal passed those years through torture, bloodshed and agony. Now, dear students, we'll discuss how to write a paragraph. First of all, you have to know what is a paragraph. A paragraph is a series of sentences that are organized and coherent and are all related to a single topic. Paragraphs can contain many different kinds of information. It might describe place, character, event, or process. Structures of paragraphs. It is similar to writing summary. It also has three parts. Most paragraphs have three structures: introduction, topic sentence. What is the function of a topic sentence or the introduction? It summarizes the main idea of a paragraph. Number two, body. It contains supporting sentences, adding details. And lastly, conclusion, concluding sentences. Types of paragraph. Number one, narrative paragraph, descriptive paragraph, cause and effect paragraph, comparison and contrast paragraph. Dear student, in your short syllabus, you have to write two different paragraphs. Number one is of narrative or descriptive paragraph, and second one is of cause and effect paragraph or comparison and contrast paragraph. Narrative paragraph, as your motherland, winter season, etc. And cause and effect, the traffic jam, compare and contrast the city life and village life. So you have to write two different paragraphs. First one is of narrative or descriptive, and second paragraph is a cause and effect paragraph or comparison and contrast paragraph. So today I will show two examples for you. First one is environment pollution. It is of cause and effect. First of all, we have to write the introductory sentence or the topic sentence. Environment pollution is the process of spoiling and destroying the elements of the environment. And in this paragraph, we'll discuss the causes and the effects of environment pollution. So this paragraph is included in the cause and effect paragraph. This is a serious problem for the present world. If the process of environment pollution goes on like this, the earth will be destroyed one day. Environment refers to air, water, human beings, animals, plants, and soil. Environmental pollution means a remarkable change in chemical, physical, and biological characteristics of environment. Our environment is polluted in many ways. Air pollution is threatening the existence of animals on earth. All over the country, men are destroying forests and cutting trees. These are the causes of environment pollution. With the deforestation, presence of oxygen is decreasing in the air. Air pollution is acute in big industrial cities and industrial areas. Vehicles, mills, and factories produce smoke. To minimize air pollution, we must raise awareness among the people. Water pollution means contamination of surface and drinking water to the extent that they are harmful to use. Water is mainly polluted by domestic rubbish, industrial and human waste, chemical fertilizer and pesticides. Through proper management of waste, we can minimize water pollution. Another form of pollution is odor pollution. Odor pollution is caused by dumped and untreated human waste. Indiscriminate use of loudspeaker, use of different machines cause sound pollution. So, this indicates that this paragraph has been written on cause and effect method. Government should raise awareness among the common people about the destructive effects of environmental pollution. By keeping our environment pollution free, we can ensure a healthier and happier life for all. Then this is the narrative or descriptive paragraph, social value. Social values are the custom, belief, tastes, social practices and moral standard of a particular social community. Social value refers to the attitude that an individual in content society has to maintain. Social values regulate his or her life to a great extent. Without social values, we cannot grow as a complete social man. It is one's commitment to social values that one cannot get involved in antisocial and criminal activities. Social values prevent a person from which is destructive to society. A person who conforms to social value is supposed to be honest, responsible, and respectful to the law and orders of his country. In the past, social values were more conservative, rigid, and strong. People used to lead a more restricted life. People were more religious. The young people were respectful to old and seniors. Smoking in front of the elderly person was forbidden. The young people were polite and mild. Now the people are getting more and more liberal. Our social values are changing fast. There is a clear Western influence on our culture and values. Greed for money and power, injustice, desire to achieve something illegally are the causes of present degradation of social value. Development of information technology, globalization, widespread use of satellite channels have adverse effect in the society. Family must play an important role to teach social values to the children from an early age. Our social values show our identity as a dignified nation. So dear students, these are the two examples of two different kinds of paragraphs. One is narrative, another is an example of cause and effect. So stay at home, read regularly and attentively. Stay blessed. Thank you.